All right, you guys set up and ready? Three, two, one, go!
Audio Jungle. Me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. Yeah.
All right. Look, I think we're live. Way, we
whoa.
made it.
Hey.
Awesome, cool. First, I'm going to check before we get started. Can everyone in the chat hear us? The audio levels look good on my end.
Talking, testing.
Testing, and talking. Yes. All right, cool. I think
right.
audio's working. Yay!
Cool.
Congratulations, we've made it. That's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna
yeah.
We are back with part 2 of Creature Creation with Daryl Abney. Thank you, Daryl, for joining us. We're coming to you live in full Halloween spirit from home office and basement, because why not? If anyone sees any monsters creeping up behind me, please holler. Or actually, I can't hear you. Type in the chat, please beware. Yeah, what are we, you already pulled up this witch image, which is, the teeth alone are super terrifying. So what are we going to get into today, sir?
Yes, so yeah, thanks everybody for coming in. We're going to have a casual sculpting session with ZBrush, which is a digital sculpting package. And this is a witch I painted, just a digital painting. So we're going to, use this kind of as a guide. Yeah, we're going to send you out a link to, if you want to download this image, you can. Yeah, and also a link to kind of like my custom ZBrush interface, which you don't have to use, but you can. So yeah, we're just going to sculpt her, and hopefully if we have time, we'll get to some hair.
Ooh, yeah.
Probably, I'm guessing we'll be here like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours if we're still having fun, if we're not tired.
And by we, I mean you. I was actually curious about hair. I'm actually super curious about how one sculpts hair in ZBrush. So or what that process is. I'm excited to get into it.
Yeah, so I've also got I also made some reference. I'll give them like little anatomy tips as we go.
Yeah, that was great too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I made this funny kind of reference sheet of just different smiles. So we have, different smiles, different angles. And yeah, Willem Dafoe's got a great smile.
I was gonna say, yeah, you got it for spooky, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's great, and it's terrible maybe to say that he's spooky, but it's a little creepy.
I think he knows. So we'll jump in with some anatomy stuff. I can get some plugs out of the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Since everyone's here. My Instagram, Art by Dabney, if you want to see my art.
Good follow.
And also sometimes post other things, like this is another artist. One of my students, might be hard to see. I teach at Think Tank. It's an online school. She actually won first place in their online scholarship contest.
Awesome. So I saw you posted this the other day. Super amazing. So
really proud of her. Yeah, there was probably 60 people or something. So that's my stuff. There's a gumroad.com/Dabney if you want to get some tutorials. I'll show you kind of. I'm a professional. I work as a 3D modeler in the industry. I currently work for Leica Studios. And yeah, I teach you some of my modeling techniques, and also have a YouTube channel, YouTube Art by Dabney. Mm-hmm. There's some stuff there too. So that's that.
All the places.
All the places. And feel free, like in the chat, if anyone just has any questions, like you're not gonna derail me. I'll just sculpt and talk. And,
yeah. So questions, keep keep them coming. Anything, I'm just going to interject and kind of keep an eye on the chat and feed all those questions, and then also maybe interject with some good Halloween trivia because it's getting close. It's getting close to Halloween. Well, you can't really see all of them. Busting out like nothing but Halloween t-shirts. I was trying to figure out, I was like, do I have a mask or like devil horns or somewhere to wear? Not yet.
I could start the first question.
Yeah, go for it.
Who's on my shirt? What movie is this from?
Okay, that's going to go to the chat because I know.
You'll have to answer right now. Okay.
Excellent.
So anyway,
okay.
I'll
That's
get
our
going.
first trivia question. Yeah, let's... So first,
yapping.
I'm going to... I know. Quit your... Yeah. I'm curious to see how you start this, but are there any tips, or do you have a good place that you do start when you're modeling a face?
Yeah, so there are different methods. You can start with a sphere.
Okay.
If you have a really unique face, sometimes I'll start with featureless thing like a sphere, and I'll just pull it out and go. If it's probably set myself up by saying ask anything, but yeah. So, but like in this case, I'm using something called Pure Ref, which let you throw your reference over top of things. So in this case, she's pretty human. So I'm going to start with a head that's in here, but we're going to change it a lot. And also this is only like an hour and a half demo. So starting with the sphere we wouldn't even have ears by the end of it, you know?
Got
so
you, yeah.
This will get us there faster. So we're going to do this demo head female. Just double click on that. And she looks like this now, but she's going to look totally different in a little bit. So yeah.
Also, just to chime in, an artist has no name, no Titanic is not the right answer for who's on his shirt, but maybe the best.
Oh.
It's definitely Leo.
Bless your heart. Artist has no name. That might be a former coworker of mine. Maybe. Okay, so yeah, I have a super duper ZBrush basics on my YouTube channel, which you can, if you've never used it, but in this demo, I think just kind of watch me work and hopefully you'll pick up some stuff. And because I don't want to explain every little teeny tiny thing, but
right, too. I think a lot of it too with ZBrush, even just from watching you, is really, and I mean the same for any digital program, is you just got to get in there.
You just do. Yep. First thing I'll do, if you hit P, you can turn off perspective. It looks really weird though, so I'm gonna just set my camera. Let's see, Pure F overrides everything. In the draw menu, I usually go to Pure F. Usually go to 85. I like that. Focal length. I've kind of made a little hole in my interface there to squeeze in reference. We could be like really particular, and you could. Line up your ref behind it, and then you can use this see-through. That's one way to kind of model over top. But for this demo, we're just gonna freeform it though, because that's not always the most fun way to work, to be honest. It's just like you're like a draftsman. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of look at it, and it's just in the spirit of the witch. Like it doesn't have to be pixel to pixel. Yeah, I use the move brush. So I've got my brush palette here. You can see my brushes there. So, if you're curious what I'm using, I think her eyes are like super high. Maybe that's the first thing I'll do. I'll shift F, give you wireframe. So kind of, she's neutral, so we're gonna start just pulling her into shape. When you do this crazy smile, you'll notice like this skin here will pinch, so your eyes will almost close a little, like the bottom. So subtle, but we'll get that going.
It's cool that you can put the image, even though maybe you don't want to use it, but put the image over the model. Yeah. It's almost like having like a rough layer, drop the opacity in Photoshop, having that as your base layer, and then building off of that.
Exactly. You can get as precise as you want to get. Yeah. These eyes are kind of weird, so I might smooth this out. Let's see.
Also, thank you. We do have a winner. It is The Exorcist.
Oh yeah, who got it right?
An artist has no name.
Oh.
They had routine. They're like, no.
Yeah. When you have I was thinking too with the trivia, it's like anyone can just Google it, But hopefully
I know. It's
people will just say it, from their heart. They won't Google.
just say from your heart. Scream within your heart. Just like the
Yeah.
signs at Disneyland Tokyo.
So I'm going to divide the eyes a little. Just give a little bit of time to the eyes. Sometimes I just change them around as I go. Oh. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe that. Just to have something there. It's
Right,
not
yeah.
crazy, Let's say the nose. The nose can maybe go up.
Now, for those of you that watched the stream on the 10th, we did like the skeleton, pumpkinhead skeleton, or skeleton scarecrow, the other creepy creature that starts with an S. And when you started the pumpkin, you were using symmetry, which is a really cool feature. When you're doing faces, knowing that most faces aren't symmetrical, do you still start with symmetry on?
I do. I go as long as I can with it. Depends.
Gotcha.
Like sometimes I'm doing an exercise and I just want to break it really soon. But like this is definitely a speed thing, so I do keep it symmetrical as long as possible. But I make sure that I turn it off, when I get like 80% or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But there are workarounds too. Like you could turn it off, and then later on you could mirror something if you decided you wanted to mirror an ear over or something. So I hear some music.
I know, right? I got some. I haven't listened to all of it, so apologies in advance if there's any weird stuff. I'm trying to get some creepy, spooky tunes happening. I do have a cassette tape from my childhood, so the 80s, of, classic haunted house sounds, which
cool.
I remember. I feel like if I were to play it, I would still know all the sounds in like the order that they came in, but it had the good gurgling bog sound and then chains. I remember there's a part of it that just is that like chains being dragged or something. Oh,
those are great.
Such a good. I need to get a cassette player. Also, this is a commercial. I don't care about that commercial.
No, we don't want commercials.
I'm like,
so these teeth are kind of weird, but I'm gonna stick with them for now. Just gonna use masking. I'm hitting the solo button. Just move the teeth up. Yeah, we're gonna replace those. I think I'm just gonna hide and then just delete somewhere. Delete hidden. But there we go. I got rid of those teeth because I didn't like them. So she's gonna look really weird at the beginning.
So it's my favorite when people Photoshop teeth out.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
You realize, how important those teeth are.
Yeah, remember your mouth corners are usually back a little bit. Maybe I'll do the witch nose. Maybe I'm not gonna go full like Disney, Disney crazy witch. At least not for now. We'll see how it looks.
All right, here's some. How's your classic movie monster knowledge, Daryl?
It's
pretty
okay.
confident?
I don't know. I don't think it's that. I'm more like an 80s.
Yeah,
horror.
The renaissance of horror movies is
Exactly.
the late 70s into the 80s, I will admit. So for the chat, maybe, let's see. What kind of monster did Boris Karloff play in 1932?
I know the answer to that.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
know.
gonna say
Yeah,
it.
it's not too difficult. Let's see if anyone in the chat knows. I have headphones on too, so I can hear like half of this cackles behind me, and it's making me laugh.
It kind of sounds like you're in a crazy house.
Totally.
I'm just switching my materials around a lot. I do that a lot when I'm sculpting. So yeah, I've been just using the move brush so far. Let's give her some shoulders. Any answers?
For not my dad. No, he did not play your dad, but it was your mummy. That's right, not the dad, but the mummy. Not the mummy, actually the mummy. Probably like one of the best mummies. I was thinking, what was that other mummy movie? with like
Uh,
Brendan Fraser.
oh yeah, that was just called The Mummy.
That was just the mummy. Good job.
Right. So I am going to start pulling. Give it a little bit of a back. Maybe I'll divide it.
What is everyone's favorite? Does everybody have a favorite haunted? I can't talk today. It's Saturday. I've quit. English is no longer a language I'm familiar with. Favorite movie monsters. Does anybody have any? I'm trying to think of what mine would be. I feel like it differs by like not decade, but older, like
Right.
classic, you know, Universal movies. I put in kind of a different category than like newer horror movies, because I
Yeah.
realize like newer horror movies and newer scary movies, I don't necessarily like ones that have visible monsters. So
Like the less is more kind of thing.
yeah, or like the psychological horror.
I gotcha.
What is
Well-
Willow Death Dogs? I don't know what that
Ooh.
is.
Is that from the movie?
Oh, the
Willow?
Death Dogs from Willow. Hi, see with me. I should have had more coffee today. I need to rewatch
seen that.
Willow. Yeah.
Are those the big, long neck turkey giant monster things at the end? Because I remember those.
Maybe so. Oh, I'm gonna need to rewatch. I need to
Yeah.
rewatch Willow. Oh, the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth too.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's pretty
movie was like so beautifully scary. Like there was so much cool practical effects and creatures and characters, but then also like terrifying.
Yeah. So I'm using H polish just to smash some things in. I'm gonna give her some teeth a little bit because she's got a super thick lip.
She's looking a little gummy. It's interesting though to watch you pull back the corners of her smile when they were pushed forward a little bit. It was very Jack Nicholson Joker.
Oh yeah.
Good Batman, like classic Batman, and then the more you
Yes.
pushed them back, they actually made it look way more real. Just
I gotcha. Yeah, they're always. It's something that when I was newer, they would be like out there and just get used to remembering where to put them. Also use reference a lot, so it sounds like kind of like Harry Potter music.
I know this. I think
Creepy,
we're getting into
creepy Harry Potter.
like creepy fairy tale.
Gotcha. Alright, change my materials. So I'll use this clay build-up brush. I use that one a lot. That and the move brush at the beginning are like the main two. I used to use the clay tubes a lot, but I feel like the build-up kind of leaves less residue on the model. Clay tubes, you got to go in and like do a lot of smoothing. So yeah, your lips, when you have a big smile like this, they're more smashed. You know, they're not as puffy. So you can hit it with like H polish. Basically, the skin right here is really tight to your face.
Yeah.
You know, and then you get it's like when you pull the curtains back, the flesh kind of puffs out up here a little more. Get a little cheekbone. Do like the skull indentation, the temples. Kind of exaggerate that a little bit. Okay, I got an easy trivia question.
All right.
If you check in the camera, who is this?
All right. We'll let the chat answer that, and then I have a follow-up question
All right.
to that, and
Ooh.
to whomever we know, if anyone knows who that character is. You just answered my follow-up question.
Oh no!
It's great.
I was gonna say that they're not from Titanic.
It's not Jack. It's not Leonardo DiCaprio. Maritza Lewis, William Shatner. That's actually that's actually the answer to question 2.
Oh, that's a hardcore Halloween nerd. She knows that. So people, are you gonna ask question 2, or is there?
Well, so my follow-up question was to that character is, in the movie, there's a mask of another person that was used as the Michael Myers mask, and what mask was that? Which it was William Shatner, with some cheap white household paint. So good. And now,
So good.
I think I learned that, where did I learn that factoid? A handful of years ago, probably within the 2000s, I think, when they started kind of going through and like revealing, behind the scenes secrets of these great classic horror movies. And now that I know that, I can never unsee it.
Oh, doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother me, but
But you can see it
I
now.
just see it.
Sometimes it's not good to know everything. I heard there's a guy, I forget where he is, like Minnesota or something. He has the original mask. He bought it. I think it's kind of rotting.
It's probably disgusting.
Yeah.
Because it was... What is this song? This is like a weird mashup. Oh, it's some weird mashup. I'm just gonna let it roll. That's fine.
Let it go.
Yeah, it was being worn when they were acting and like sweaty and.
Yeah. The guy had it in his back pocket a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, back then they didn't have, probably a crazy costume department to keep track of everything.
Yeah. There are some good, I think, like, documentaries about the making of Halloween that are really...
Oh, yeah. I've seen some of those.
Really good. Okay, this is from Maritza. Personal favorite is the mistaken name for Michael Myers to Mike Myers seen in Baby Driver. True facts. That was hilarious.
Ooh.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
I have not.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
It's real fun. It's a good kind of like heist car chase. If you're into like cars or car chases and stuff, it's a great movie. But there's a scene where everyone's instructed to get Michael Myers masks or some. I can't remember like all the parameters, and then someone shows up with a Austin Powers mask.
Oh, is that a Jamie Foxx movie? Or no? Because I remember like a movie trailer, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember that joke in the trailer."
I think that's it. Yeah, I was just thinking for a second.
I don't know.
Yes, that's it. Thank you, Maritza.
Cool. I need to see that. Thanks, Maritza.
It's real great. It has, how sometimes those movies just have like all the emotions. It has all the things in it. It's kind of one of those movies. I do, and a solid soundtrack, 100%.
Yeah. I'm just gonna use the Damien standard to do my little wrinkles. It's not my go-to wrinkle brush most of the time. Might be kind of early to do wrinkles, but the thing with digital sculpting is that you don't have to go in order. You could do the pores and step down and pull the nose out more.
Right. I also wonder too. When you think about how ZBrush works when you're pulling clay and pulling these features. If you have some of the detail in before you pull it, does that help? Does that warp it and make it look less realistic, or does it make it look more realistic? Do you know what I'm saying?
It kind of warps it, but at the same time, it helps me see things sometimes, so I don't mind fixing it, if that makes any sense.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, when you have clay, you can just mark things with lines and things, when you're a clay sculptor, so it's kind of the same idea, just marking things and then you can look at their relationships. Like if I never put a wrinkle there, then I might not know how big to make this shape.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, I guess don't be afraid to, I don't know, undo things or smooth things out later, because you'll have this cool like texture build up if you do something, smooth it, do something, smooth it. I do that with hair when I'm sculpting hair. I'll do a lot of smoothing, resculpting. Yeah.
So good.
Head. Let's see. So your head, it's a little anatomy tip. It's definitely weird right now because it's got the alien shape, but it's gonna bring it in. It's kind of like an egg, but it's most people's heads, I'd say almost everyone, is bigger in the back and then skinnier in the front.
Time checking. Yep. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So let's see. This is a good image. Please come here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it bigger, but
there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, there's your head shape. Bigger in the back, smaller in the front, and then the widest point is actually kind of right above your ear.
Right.
In general, I love all these little anatomy tips. I kind of keep them. Kind of obsessed with them when I hear stuff. But it's easy to forget them, and you don't have to. It's just a guide, right? It's
right.
Not like you can always break the rules.
I was gonna say, I do think though, oftentimes, especially for monsters and creatures, whether they're scary or like fantasy creatures or sci-fi, when the shapes that are used and those elements that are used in the creation of whatever character you're making, if there's some of these aspects and features are rooted in reality, then they become more scary because it looks like it could potentially be real. So totally. Yeah, I think like following those like anatomy tips. Hey, Cartoon Katie. Yeah, this is pretty spooky. It's not a self-portrait of me, I promise. Could be though. Maybe tomorrow morning. I don't know.
Cartoon Katie. Sounds like she might be scared right now. That username.
Cartoon Katie is terrified of this witchy creature. Cartoon Katie does beautiful caricatures.
Oh, cool.
Like hardcore.
I love caricatures.
Hardcore illustrator user,
wow.
which is always impressive.
That is cool. Okay. I have appreciation for that. I like caricatures because it's not just like you're copying a photo of a person, like you're using your brain and your artistic. Yeah, they're super cool.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a big trend right now. Everyone's doing photoreal people, and I do it too. But like I really like doing things that don't exist. I don't know.
Right.
Just pushes my. Yeah, this feels good. Like more rewarding artistically. I don't know.
I think so. On the Wacom Experience Center Instagram, the IGTV, where I reshared the interview we did with you yesterday. We also interviewed Katie, and one thing I think she spoke about when doing caricatures was trying to find, when you look at someone and try to get that emotion and kind of figure out what their character is. Yeah. So if someone's really snarky or sarcastic, like how do you portray that in the caricature, rather than just doing photorealistic of having it just be like, which is also a fantastic skill, but I think with caricature, you can kind of express more of someone's personality or little quirks and things, which is super cool.
I think it's like if you think of someone like Will Smith, like what do you think? And then usually it's like his ears. So then you do something with his ears, and then I was reading this book by what's his name? The Mad Magazine caricature guy.
Tom?
There's this guy who works for Mad Magazine. He's a caricature artist.
Was it Tom Richmond?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have his caricature book. It's
so
great.
So good.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. You know about. Yeah, and usually he leaves like two features kind of the way they are, like maybe the eyes and the nose, but then he'll exaggerate like the other parts.
Yeah. Have had the privilege of him doing a workshop in the Experience Center a couple years ago.
Oh, so cool.
And I do not draw people. I wouldn't even consider. What? I said I don't draw people. I wouldn't even consider myself like a illustrator. I doodle and I whatever. But to watch his process and how quickly, and I think this is very common with all professional caricature artists. Katie is definitely in this, of like under 2 minutes, like basically the whole face,
Yeah.
and you're like, what?
And it would take me like years to try like get close to that.
Yeah, it's just unreal to watch. But he does often start in the center of the face with like eyes. He'll figure out where your eyes are, or where your nose or your mouth might be, and then work out, which is,
that's interesting.
I think, a little counterintuitive, or kind of goes against, not against, but just works in just complete opposite direction, I think, from what of like portrait illustrators would do.
I see. Yeah.
I remember in college, you were like, define the shape, and then you work down to detail, and he'll start with one portion and then work out, which is
he'll like
crazy.
Like local details, and then I wish I would have known about that workshop.
Don't worry, we'll get him back. He's hilarious.
Oh, that's cool.
Super buff, also one of the nicest humans ever. Yeah, he's just like ridiculously strong.
Wow. All the drawing.
It's all that drawing.
You kids, keep drawing.
Draw for your health.
So, also back to the seriousness. So 3/4. A lot of times you get caught up in the front. I feel like when I sculpt the face, like you sculpt, if you have drawings or photos, you're going to sculpt the front, and then you're going to sculpt the side, and then you're going to spin around, and obviously things are going to slide on the front, right? So then it's kind of like tightening the screws on a table, I say. Like you work your way around and then come back to the front, right? Because you're going to keep pushing. But like the 3/4 is super important, like this kind of that stuff. So I would just say get some good reference on 3/4 and check out that. Something they kind of pound into me at work, because I'm always matching drawings, and he's always like, flip it to the 3/4, and then like, see this? Oh yeah, this things tend to happen here. That's where a lot of the magic is, because things can be very cookie cutter if you do like a front and side view. Like make a cookie and then it looks weird from the other view. So
well, and your face shape changes so much also from front to 3/4. You do get that kind of like lower eye to top of your cheekbone.
Yeah.
Whatever that does. Is it pronounced? Is it not? Do you have high cheekbones? Whatever.
Yeah. I'm gonna flatten this area. It's like really flat usually. Might even go too far, and then we'll come back. My early sculpting days, I would just go too subtle, and then you just spend so much time adding. So now I just kind of go overboard, and I don't know how detailed we'll get in our little time frame, but
do you feel like when you are sculpting, well, I feel like faces, because there's even faces, if they're not a real person, there's so much reference because we know what faces are. Do you feel like you have a tendency to when you over exaggerate features, or like you said, like push it, maybe make smile lines or wrinkles a little deeper? Do you feel like you get better results when you do that?
I do, just because it gets me somewhere faster.
Gotcha.
But obviously, if you were perfect, you could just get it on the first try, but that's why. And I'll do layers, so if I do it too strong, I'll just turn the layer down a little bit. That's a good one. I'm not using layers now, but But sometimes on personal projects, I don't do layers because I just want to be free. I just want to, just go for it. It's like when you're drawing with a pen that you can't erase. It's like you just got to deal with it. So while I'm in here, I'm going to sculpt the SCM. It's the sternocleidoid mastoid, the neck muscle. Basically this one. This big guy.
Okay.
And it starts back here. This part of your skull is called the mastoid process. So that's why it's called sternocleidomastoid. This big SCM for short. So it kind of just wraps around to here. So yeah, lots of ways you could do this. You could like, but I'm just carving it in with the clay buildup, and maybe I'll dig in around it. You know, just kind of. This is your collarbone, right? So it's always kind of a dent in here. I also think planes of the face are really important to study, like when you're new to sculpture. I've got, like, if you can find pictures like this, you know, it just breaks the face down into really simple shapes.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you have those, then you just smooth out the transitions and keeps your work from getting really blobby. Early ZBrush stuff you see from people, we used to call them meat tubes. It would just look like faces with just meat. There was no skull structure or
Right.
anything.
You're like, there's bones and cartilage missing under that, and it's now become very apparent.
I probably did some meat tubes when I started.
You gotta
out.
start somewhere.
Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't look like a meat tube when I'm done.
That's gotta be, yeah, I mean, that's just a part of really getting into whatever your output is, whatever you're creating, if it's animals, if it's humans. There was one thing, so back in the day I used to work at the Art Institute of Portland, and I know a lot of the game design students had to take anatomy and physiology.
Okay.
Especially when you're designing characters. Let's say if your character gets hit or shot or whatever in a game, like how is that body affected? How is it hindered? Is it whatever the damage might be. And the better grasp you have on how bodies react and how they're put together, how they're animated, then your game is going to look more real, which is always the goal. But like, super cool just how much. It's not just drawing skills. You have to understand there's a whole science behind it that makes all your characters and creatures look just that much better.
Pretty much never stop learning anatomy. I've noticed, like, it just, like, there's, because, like, how many muscles are there, like, on your body? I could Google it, but it's a lot.
At least 15.
At least 15. Totally, yeah. So yeah, you always learn. Like I said, I love the little anatomy tips and studying like muscle insertion and origin. So you kind of see these diagrams of, like I was telling you here, this is like the origin is the mastoid process, and it connects down to your clavicle. So I don't necessarily know the names of all the muscles, but if you at least can remember a few things, you'll have a little container for it in your head, and you'll. Maybe if you don't have reference, you'll have part of it in your head, like,
right.
From memory. Like most heads have this, so you just go for that. And some people just got it, like they've been drawing and they just know anatomy. It's like some people it takes longer. So don't. It's not just about learning what button to click. Basically, it's.
All right, here's another trivia question. What year did the original Godzilla movie hit theaters? I do also love Godzilla.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I actually like the new Godzillas. I didn't see the last one, the part 2 or whatever, the King of Monsters.
Did I see King of Monsters? Oh.
It had like King Ghidorah.
I believe yes. So yes, Katie, I think the original one, was it black and white? I think it was. And yes, An Artist Has No Name, 1954.
Oh.
On the dot. I love the Japanese aesthetic of the future. So I watched King of the Monsters, which is when Godzilla, they have captured like Godzilla, Rodan, Mothra.
Oh, okay.
I don't think was Mechagodzilla in there too. I don't know, but they put them all on Monster Island. which is
Okay.
hilarious. They're like, what should we call this place? Monster Island.
Yes.
But it took place in 1999. You know, I think that movie was filmed in the early 60s.
Okay.
So it had this really great Japanese, like 1960s Japanese aesthetic, but the future of 1999. So good. So good.
That sounds amazing.
Just a lot of like swinging tails and
There's this one,
battles.
I can't remember which creature it is. I think it's in the Godzilla universe, and it's basically looks like a big blob with like tentacles coming off all over it, and it's got these giant eyes, and there's no other form to his body really, but it's really terrifying because it's like 50 feet tall, and there's like an island with natives like throwing spears at it. And
I wonder
what movie is that? That's my trivia question.
That's it. Yeah, find that blob guy. I wonder if that is a. It sounds very Godzilla.
It's gotta be the Godzilla universe.
Godzilla cinematic universe.
I mean, that was when there weren't that many universes.
Right.
For IPs or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, chances are it's Godzilla.
The Blob's another really great old classic movie.
I haven't seen the original.
Oh, the original is great. If not
Really?
for the theme song alone, for everyone watching, as soon as we're done, go on YouTube and look for, I think, when did the Blob come out? Sometime in the 60s, maybe late 50s. I think it was the 60s, but the theme song to the Blob, the classic one. It's a very hip swinging tune. You won't expect it. It's hilarious.
Awesome. I think
Hedorah. I think you are right, Maritza. Hedorah.
All right, I'm gonna stop this to Google. All right, this could be dangerous.
I know we're gonna.
Hedorah. That's. Oh yeah, there we go. Godzilla versus Hedorah. I got my hero thing.
Thank you, Maritza. Yep.
That's the one. Yeah,
Just
I really like this one. I don't know why. It's just weird.
It's like. Only in 1950s could you get away with a formless monster.
Yeah. Yeah, now they'd be like, oh, that's not me. I would never be able to walk. And
so good.
Yeah.
So good.
So, yeah.
Totally legit boogie monster. Yeah, that's it. That's just like, ooh. Made of boogies.
Just trying to carve in.
I'm also a big fan of the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Oh yeah.
Such a good monster, and I think because that one was like, you know, kind of humanoid, gilly. Little webbed feet and hands, and
I think that was designed by a woman. Too.
Was it?
Yeah, girl
Awesome.
power.
Hell yeah.
I'm pretty someone fact check me, but I'm pretty sure that was it.
Oh, well, now we've gone to inspiring music. We don't need that. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's too happy.
I know, what is this?
It needs to be ghouly. I am.
Creepy screams in the background.
If anyone has any ZBrush questions,
Yeah.
feel free to ask. I know I'm basically just using the move brush, the clay buildup, and the Damien standard at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at some of this stuff. I use this program View. It's a free picture viewer. It's like really easy to like flip things. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I can see. Because my brain's weird. Like if someone's facing the nose that way in the ref, and then I'm trying to sculpt this way, it breaks my head. So
yeah.
I like to have it, all lined up.
Those crow's feet are pretty wicked.
Yeah, I might have gone crazy, but I'm gonna leave it for now.
I'm like, no, they're leave them. I think they're.
Leave it. All right. It's funny. Like I think a lot of artists probably do this. When you see a part you like, you just like keep working on that area. It's like, no, it's already good. Like,
right.
stop it. Like, there's so many. It's almost like self-sabotage you can do as an artist. And I'm trying to stop like OCD. Like I've been doing art for a while, but I'm trying to get faster, even though I feel like I'm pretty fast, but a lot of it, I think, is just finding these weird habits you do and trying to break them, or just trying not to be perfect and just get something done, and
Yeah.
move on to the next thing. It's like, because it can go on forever, as you know. Work of art is never finished, only abandoned. I think that was Michelangelo said that, or Leonardo. Someone smart. Yeah. Girls tend to have less defined kind of jaw, so I'm just gonna bring it in. So it's still kind of doodly, but I do want it to come across as a female witch demon thing. Yeah, so starting to get there.
Yeah, this is good. I just came across a kind of hilarious non-monster related question, but Halloween related. How many pounds of candy corn are produced each year?
I'm just gonna take a guess. 10,000 pounds.
Nah. Not
No,
even.
okay,
You wouldn't even make a dent. 2 pounds. 2 whole pounds, Katie.
2 pounds.
35 million.
What?
But I wonder, maybe not this year. I do secretly love candy.
Yeah.
I love candy corn. It's disgusting.
I like it too.
I get like
It's weird.
they just reused previous year. It's fine. It's still good. Just
My
a
wife
little
hates
crunchier.
it. There's a movie called Candy Corn. It just came out recently. I follow the guy on Instagram, so I keep meaning to watch it. It looks like it could be hit or miss, but I think I'm gonna give it a chance.
Yeah. Is it supposed to be scary or like
it's supposed to be scary, but I think it's kind of campy scary. It's got Candyman in it, like the guy who played Candyman.
Oh, that could be good.
I actually saw him in a McDonald's in Santa Monica once, and he's huge.
And you're like,
I
no,
was
thank
like,
you. No, thank
That's
you.
the Candyman. I'm not gonna mess with the Candyman. No
Also,
way.
that's a awesome, such a good scary movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel a little jaded because it's hard for me to find scary movies anymore, and I don't know. Just because I'm like familiar with the plots, there's only so many things, but I'm always looking for something.
I do,
something new.
yeah. So most recent, I'm trying to think. I love scary movies, so this is something that we watch year round. It's not just like a Halloween thing. The classics are always good. I watched Poltergeist last night, and that movie never gets old.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And I actually think, I mean, at some point, you watch older movies and the visual effects start to look really dated, and they don't hold up. Poltergeist, I still actually think the effects like legit. They are super, super great. The Orphan is really good, and Artist Has No Name. That movie was disturbing. Just when she takes out her teeth and then whatever.
All right, I have to check that out.
No spoilers. It's a good. I think at some point you kind of get into. Oh, this is like dragon battle music. What are we doing here? Yeah, let's go back to this. At some point, I think you can kind of. You kind of know what's going on, or you can you kind of get a sense for what like the twist is going to be, but it's still good. Hereditary, of course.
Oh yeah.
Epic and terrifying.
Sinister. Pretty good.
Sinister was great. I think we watched that a couple months ago, and I'm very critical of new scary movies, like new horror movies within the last 5 or 6 years, just because I'm real judgy. But Sinister was good. Sinister was a happy turn of events. It was very scary.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke, he's great.
He did great. Yeah. Also really good like found footage.
Oh yeah.
Scary. That was super cool. What's another one?
Conjuring.
Oh, The Conjuring was good too. I was upset with. I like The Conjuring. The first two were. The second one less. I don't know. I think sometimes sequels are hard, but the first one was good. Annabelle could have been great, but I hated that doll. Let's talk about ineffective character design.
Yeah, I wasn't. I actually kind of fast forwarded through that one. I rented it, and I was, yeah. I should probably remove this. I should remove this Adam's apple. It's not a dude. Yeah. I didn't know that. I did work on a James Wan movie.
Oh, really? What did you work on?
Aquaman.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he did Aquaman. He is super, like, as a director, does really, all of his films, I think, are super different, which is cool.
Yeah, he's a talented dude, that's for sure. I got him to comment on my Instagram, so I was really stoked about that.
That's pretty great.
It's like I sculpted this Tylosaur creature for Aquaman. It's like this.
That's right.
It's like this alligator thing. Yeah, and I think I tagged him, and then he wrote, "I liked it." I was like, "Yeah."
That's all you need.
That's all I need. Hey, we're so sheltered from directors, even when you work on
for
VFX,
sure.
And maybe it's not always the worst thing, but because then you're sheltered from like dealing with when they have a bad day or something. But yeah, it's nice to have some interaction, you know.
It's not really a trivia question. This is just, I'm going to date myself and everyone in the chat. Who remembers old Disney movie, Watcher in the Woods?
Ooh.
That is a terrifying movie.
I have never seen that.
I think Betty Davis is in it. I don't think you can find it streaming, but I remember that movie being terrifying. I was probably like 5, but
right,
or 7. I don't know how old.
I don't remember that one.
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, Katie was saying she doesn't remember that, but the Donald Duck eating a key and the animated short with dancing skeletons. I do also remember that. That's like classic. So Watcher in the Woods was live action. It wasn't a cartoon. Betty Davis. Oh, I should Google.
Betty Davis is in it?
Yeah, she's wicked. She's
that's
talking
the Golden
about
Girls lady, right?
Or no, that's Betty White. Betty Davis had the like wicked eyebrows, classic like old Hollywood star.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it came out in 1980. Okay.
Okay. That's relatively recent.
So you can watch it on YouTube, guys.
Okay.
Real scary.
You know what movie scared me, and it sounds silly, was Communion. Did you ever see that one?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's an alien abduction movie. It was one of the first ones ever, and it had Christopher Walken in it.
Okay.
And it's based off this guy named Whitley Strieber, who in the real world claims he was abducted, and this is a movie about him. He's also an author, and so it's Christopher Walken at like his New York vacation house in the woods, and there was like an alien like peeks around the corner, and you just see its eye, and Christopher Walken's like, "Is anyone there? Hello?" and just all of this weird stuff happens, and at the time I was like I was probably 12 when I watched it. I was really scared of aliens abducting me, and mostly because I was watching the clock, because I heard that they'll freeze time or time will pass, right? Yeah. And you'll be back in your bed. So I would look at the clock and be like, is it still midnight?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Did I just lose 7 minutes? Yeah.
Right. Or did they set the clocks back? Yeah.
They did.
They did. I'm totally abducted. Yeah. It's got some weird 90s stuff going on, but I think it's worth a watch if you've never seen it.
For sure. I think it's always fun to discover new to you, like newly viewed horror movies or scary movies. This is not a promo shout out, but we do subscribe in my household to Shudder, which is a really good streaming service if you love
Okay.
the like horror genre, and they have actually a lot of really good international horror movies. And I have found so like Japanese horror movies are great. Same with Korean. And that's where we got like The Ring and The Grudge. Those were all films over in Japan and Korea before they got adapted for the US. Indonesia has some really scary horror movies, but a lot of them play, the storylines are taken off of the like fables and kind of local, like regional stories. Like they would tell kids, like, if you're not home by curfew, this evil woman is gonna come and kidnap you out of the streets and things like that. Like things that you know, you were raised like, well, you better not do this or so and so's gonna get you. So adaptations of those kind of old, like that folklore, super creepy.
Cool. I'm just putting some planes back in. Just for now, I might. Sometimes I'll put the planes in and then I'll smooth it out. So it's like you find these areas on your sculpt and you're just like, I don't know, and you end up like reworking. So I've kind of wondering if I like his head shape. Yeah, I'm gonna put some teeth in there because she needs some teeth. I like to move. Oh, I like to move all the way around, you know, because it helps you see.
Yeah.
What, instead of just working the face and then coming down. Yeah. So there's definitely some stuff to be worked on, but yeah, let's do.
What are some of the hardest features to work on when you're working on a face?
Well, usually it's the facial expressions. I think like building a neutral face isn't too hard, but getting these like surprise or even a good smile sometimes that's not creepy. Obviously, horror doesn't matter, but like it's the facial expressions and a lot of it. Yeah, I don't know if there's one hard. You find yourself with these nasolabial folds. I find myself working a lot with them to get them right, and sometimes it's not like everyone just goes for this Damien standard and they're like, there's a wrinkle. Wait, let me actually use it. Why isn't you working? No. Okay, I think I turned the intensity down. Wait, let me make sure I'm on the right. There we go. So like that's a wrinkle, or whatever. But there's kind of like different types of wrinkles. There's ones that are carved in, but then if you think of if you look at like a cross section, sometimes it's really flat on one side, and then it like pops out. It's not just carving in. So there's kind of different types of wrinkles. So sometimes, if it's a very particular face, you're doing these different types of wrinkles and different. A lot of it comes down to anatomy, like thinking like this part. Like I said, this part of the face is usually pretty flat, and then it gets puffier next to it. So I don't know. Ears can be tricky for beginners, or not necessarily tricky, but that's what a lot of them will just kind of leave them. They'll just do them real quick, but you can tell right off the bat, if they're missing the main parts. This one, kind of came for free because I started with the head, but
yeah, it's got to be. There's just so many, I think, tiny elements in a person's face that makes it believable or not. And to your point too, like wrinkles, like were they in the sun a lot? Are they just like old age wrinkles? Is it a scar?
Yeah.
Is it just all those
Speaking
little
of
features.
Yeah, and there's also like I think using different brushes helps. Like don't just use like the clay buildup. Like I use that a lot, but like coming in and having some flat spots, having some planes. When I was a beginner, and I see a lot of beginners, everything's like really blobby, and there's no flat spots. But our faces still there's some chiseled areas. Maybe there's exceptions to that, but having those different. It's all about how light hits it.
Right.
So different places for the shadows. shadow depth is big too. That's how you can tell right off the bat like how deep a wrinkle is. So obviously you want the nasolabial probably deeper than like a little wrinkle on the ear or something. So depth is big. So let's do, get some. I'm gonna add some teeth. There's like a million ways. Usually, if I'm on production, I have some teeth that are really low res teeth or something, and they don't pop in, and because it's not about reinventing the wheel every time, but for the purposes of the demo, and sometimes I do want to sculpt something, so I'll just sculpt teeth, I guess. So I can append like a primitive, I believe. Sphere. Start with a cylinder. And teeth are kind of cylindrical. Also, the part of your mouth, like the front of your mouth, is, if you look top down, it's kind of a cylinder. They always like say it's like the cylinder. It's kind of like this, the way the lip. So it's like the cylinder of the mouth. That's just a little anatomy tip. I won't charge you for that one. Yeah. Let's see. There's usually a little gap too, like between the lips and the gums. That can be easy to miss. So I'm going to Dynamesh this, which is basically turning into like a more easy to sculpt surface. See, I'm still going symmetry because I'm just gonna speed things up. One cool thing, if you get the move tool, if you hold Alt, it'll push it away from your camera. So it kind of pushes it in. If you hold Alt, you can click on what tool you want. I'm trying to think of like the shape of the teeth. I think they kind of do this. So some people's teeth are a little more flatter on the front. So it's like flatter, and then it starts to go. It really depends. It's like she's got a orange slice or something in her mouth. Alright, so I'm going to...
Yeah, teeth are another... Yeah, good tip with the alt move. That's it. Those are always those little tips that always make the difference. But teeth are also funky too, because some teeth like tilt in or out. Like, is it like a buck tooth thing? I don't know. Like, and then how does the shape of those teeth and the direction of the teeth play into how like wicked or creepy or goofy?
Right. Yeah. Usually smaller teeth. Smaller teeth are more scary. Bigger teeth are more goofy in general. Also, like, if we're on like anatomy tips, the top two teeth, like, she's not human, right? But let's see, get like a person. So there's your top two. This is really blurry.
Yep.
But usually there's four little ones that line up with the top two. So that's like an ideal person.
So a funny thing, now that you just zoomed in on Tom Cruise's face, apparently. His teeth are crooked. His whole smile is off, but apparently, so most people, and again, no one's symmetrical, but most people, that's the space between your two teeth, your two front teeth, the top teeth, is more or less center with your face, but apparently he has a tooth. Like, the tooth is center, so it's like shifted over.
Oh, the tooth is the center line.
Yeah, the tooth is the center line. It's very, there was, what was I looking at? And they lined it out, and they had like his face on a grid, and then you're like, right, again, can never unsee that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
Small things you learn.
Small things, yeah. I think a lot of people, your front teeth are kind of more at the bottom, and then your back teeth, it's very slightly, but they're up higher.
Yep.
I think I've noticed. Of course, yeah, there's always an exception. I'm kind of doing the gums now. Then I'll pull the teeth out of the gums. I think I might move this too. It's good to have like a nice little shadow on the gums too. Like don't have, just jammed in. Like that's again back to the shadows thing. And your teeth are in a big smile. The gums are gonna be pretty tight against the
Like, I'm gonna make
lips on the
faces
gums.
in the camera.
You like that? Entertaining. I always think of like taking facial ref and of myself, but then I'll be like, those images will be online forever.
Somewhere.
I'll never get away.
Hey Arthur, thanks for tuning in.
Hey Arthur. Oh, I got a question for the chat. Are there any think tank people in here?
Well, yeah. Any thinker tankers?
Think tank students. Don't be shy.
Yep. We got freelancer. Oh yeah, there's a couple. Yep.
Okay. Well, hey, what's up, everybody? Say hi.
They say hello.
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they're saying how are you?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, just chilling, Sculpting. These things give me an excuse to like get something done, because when you don't have a deadline, if I'm just sculpting something on my own, it'll go on forever. So this gave me an excuse to do this painting and to actually like finish it. Like I said, it's just so hard to finish.
Oh, cool. Arthur is tuning in from Brazil.
Whoa.
Thanks for watching.
Cool.
Hope things are going great in Brazil.
Yeah. I know oi tudo bom. I think that means hello, but I'm not sure. I hope it's not a bad word. No, I think it's...
Oh, hey, Sky Mallrats is here. Okay, if you want... Here's a question for you, Daryl. If you want to dabble in 3D sculpting, is Sculptress... Well, actually, was Sculptress worth learning, or should you just start with ZBrush? Sculptress is ZBrush.
Well, okay.
Similar, right? Or
I think... Could be wrong. I know there's Sculptress mode inside ZBrush, the full version, and then there's also, I think there's like a standalone Sculptress, which is like a mini ZBrush. I think I would obviously get ZBrush. Like,
okay,
my opinion. Maybe there's a money reason. In that case, do whatever you can afford at the time. I think there's a student version of ZBrush now. Like back in the day, there wasn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
ZBrush Core, I think
that's
it's called.
Yeah. Maybe I'm getting it Sculptress confused with ZBrush Core, thinking they were the same.
Oh yeah, I don't really know, man. I would, if you can get your hands on ZBrush, the full version, do it. Yeah, for sure. I like to use the.
I was gonna say, which Sky Mallrats, you can do it.
You can do it, Sky Mallrats. I like to pull, like the moon brush, just like pull the wrinkle up in there. Sometimes you don't have to use a sculpt brush. You can pull it to get that shadow. Start to look a little mean. Yeah. Back to the teeth.
Oh yeah, Freelancer said this is helping them power through their assignment. So thanks. Good job.
Awesome.
I know sometimes it's nice. I almost feel like sometimes watching live streams of other artists creating whatever, you almost feel like you're in a classroom setting, or if you worked in a creative office, it's kind of you get that motivation, and other people making stuff next to you. So it's always good.
That's like my ultimate thing. I think is like to inspire the 13-year-old me.
Yeah.
Like another, like make cool stuff that I would have liked and inspire people to keep making things. And that's, Oh, speaking of Sculptress, this is the Sculptress mode. Okay, and if in the stroke menu, it only works with certain brushes. So there's like the snake hook brush. You can turn on Sculptress, and then you can pull like a tooth out. And it kind of auto redistributes the topology instead of just stretching one poly super far. It's retopologizing as you go, so it makes it a little easier to kind of pull things out. This case, I might actually line it up with my photo. Let's see.
I was gonna
I'll
say
use
the
that.
teeth positioning on the photo is really great. That I could see.
Yeah, might
It
as
could be
well.
helpful
I
to.
took the time to paint it, so I might as well try to match it. Might be a little hard for people at home to see, but yeah. Let's see. Where are the eyes? Oh yeah, I see.
Hey, Jess Collins. Yeah, Jess says the smile is really scary. It's
Ah,
definitely
cool.
creepy.
Thank you. That's a compliment for me. Someone says it's creepy.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll turn off symmetry. So I'm just kind of marking things. Actually, I'll probably come back. Ooh, that's weird. Okay, this will get me started. I still think one of my ultimate goals I want to make a horror movie. Oh,
Heck
shut up,
yeah.
computer. Yeah, that would be. I guess something written, but I need
Oh yeah.
to. Yeah, it's like a 15-minute kind of short dealy, but I want to want to do it right. Want to have a get a good team together. So yeah, maybe coming your way soon.
Heck yeah. We're here for it. We're here for it.
Okay, where's my see-through thing? Okay, turn that off. Oop. So obviously this is just I'm just marking things. But yeah, let's see. Now I'll just oh stop complaining. So many warnings. I'm just gonna build up around the teeth. What I'd probably do too, this is a very sculptural process. I'd probably build one tooth and then duplicate it around. That might be
Oh yeah.
a little smarter, but in this case,
Yeah, just one like tooth shape and then just
yeah, just dupe it around.
bust
But
them
this,
through.
we'll do it this way too. I've done it this way also. So sometimes there's ways I work at work where I have to be very technical, and sometimes when I'm at home, I just want to just do the art side. I
Right.
don't want to think about the technical stuff. So I don't need something called UVs. If you're a production modeler, when you're gonna paint, you have to have UVs on your model. And when I'm at home, I don't really deal with UVs that often. So yeah, I'm just like digging a hole way up in there. I like the sound effects.
I know, we've gotten into like spooky laboratory, evil laboratory.
Oh.
Evil laboratory horror Halloween sound effect. The title of it is
That's awesome.
a
Oh, that's
mile
the
and a
title.
half long.
Alright. Let's see. Oh.
Cartoon Katie said, unwrapping those UVs can be real zen.
Oh, well, it can be. I agree. It can be zen. It's one of those. Sometimes, like, even though I'm an artist, sometimes at work it can get exhausting. Like everything you do is like being art directed, So UVs, they don't really art direct them. You can have a whole day where people just leave you alone, and you just have your YouTube podcast going or whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes.
Speaking of
Right.
podcasts, do you have a favorite podcast? And are any of them Halloween or horror movie or any like scary story related?
I used to listen to really nerdy tech TV podcasts, but I've kind of fallen off of that. It's like this. I know it's called This Week in Tech, so it'll be like the latest technology things.
Oh, cool.
I forgot about that one. Actually, I need to watch it. I do watch. That's a while. I listen to Joe Rogan podcast. It's usually pretty entertaining. I don't have. I don't do a lot. It's a lot of music and like YouTube. I'll go like documentaries and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's probably good.
What about you?
There's a couple. I listened to one that's kind of like daily news called the Daily Zeitgeist, which is great.
Okay.
It's real great. It's a daily podcast, which I feel like has got to be such a battle to do daily, but they do it and it's awesome. I used to listen to a lot of true crime podcasts of different true crimey stories, and I sort of fell off. I don't know if pandemic just got maybe too heavy for some true crime podcasts. Right. But I have been listening to a lot of audiobooks because we're working from home most of the time. So I just put on an audiobook, and I actually just started listening to Game of Thrones, which is kind of great because I watched the entire series, so now I have like a visual reference for all the characters they're talking about. But that's pretty cool. I burned through every Stephen King audiobook, so.
No way.
Those I could just listen to forever.
The It one's pretty good. And
so good. Yeah. My boyfriend just listened to The Stand, or just finished it, maybe a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And
we're all super stoked for the new TV series.
Oh, they're doing a new one?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know when it's supposed to come out. I don't know, Sky Mall Rats, if you know when that's supposed to come out, but it does look pretty great.
And you were saying you saw Lovecraft Country is pretty good?
Yes, Lovecraft Country is great. It actually, the first season just wrapped. That is on HBO, and such good. I mean, it's obviously Lovecraft. Lovecraftian, but good monsters, really good special effects, amazing storyline. The cast was really great.
That's cool.
Yeah, great.
Check that out.
Super powerful story, but the monsters and everything in it are like
super
just
cool.
So cool.
I keep telling the wife, like, we're gonna have to get HBO. She has a show on there now that she wants to see, so yeah,
they do what I think is obviously probably very strategic on their part is they space out their shows, and they'll typically have like one that they know is gonna be a big hit. They'll like do one at a time, so then you don't have two shows, but then you like
exactly
you keep your subscription until all the shows are over.
So they're all
I can't remember what's coming out soon that also looked good on HBO. I don't remember, but Lovecraft Country was great. Real good.
Cool. There's well, they used to have Westworld.
Westworld also great.
Yeah. Work on his teeth.
What's happening over here in my soundtrack tunnel? And we're still in an evil laboratory. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, Westworld was really good. Have you seen the movies, the originals?
No.
Oh, they're hilarious.
I remember the cover, yeah.
Yeah, with Yul Brynner, like, like creepy robot eyes.
Yes.
So silly. Just silly.
Funny, but like worth a watch though.
Totally, just for pure campiness and like just silly. Just old movies from the 70s that were the stories were there, but like made before
But they had the budget to
made
pull
before
it off,
they had the budget, or like the technology wasn't quite there to pull it off, so it's just very
have you seen the TV version of Avengers that came out like in the 70s?
No.
Oh, you want to talk about low budget?
Okay.
You should look it up on YouTube. Like Iron Man, it looks like they painted like cardboard metallic, and I think it was like an after school special or something. I think. I'm not making this up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to. Avengers TV show.
Exactly. Yeah.
So good.
70s or something.
70s. Okay.
I'm guessing it's 70s.
Probably. I mean, there was a lot of good like comic book shows. I mean, Wonder Woman and.
Oh yeah.
All those kind of classic. Well, it was live action, obviously live action.
Yeah, it was all live action. Yeah, I think Spider-Man might have been even. The Hulk. I think Lou Ferrigno was the Hulk.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
I have seen that show.
Oh yeah, the Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
the original
Here
one.
for Cheese. The whole crew is here. I know Here for Cheese. We're working on some creepy chompers.
Who wants cheese?
It's Christopher's YouTube, Twitter, Twitch handle. I don't know what channel we're on. Here for Cheese. He's from Vermont.
Oh okay. Oh nice. Yeah, we got Tillamook cheese here in Oregon. We don't need your Vermont cheese.
I was gonna say, okay, so Christopher is You know Christopher, my Christopher, Diego. Also, Sky Mall Rats is
Yes.
Carter. That's all my team here. Thanks for tuning in,
cool.
guys, on the weekend. Christopher is supposed to be camping. He just said he set his tent up and now he's watching Twitch.
Oh, that's
What
funny.
a life. What a life.
Wow. Oh, wow.
The whole point was to escape.
Right.
Escape technology.
Unplug, bro. Unplug. It's hard, I know.
Full on glamping. Full on glamping.
Yeah, I could work these teeth forever. Let's just do that.
So we talked a lot. I don't know, Daryl, did you say what your favorite monster was?
I didn't.
I don't think you dodged that question.
That's a hard one.
Let's say, like, 80s era. Maybe,
Okay.
and this could, like, fringe into the late 70s and fringe into the 90s. But that
Okay,
kind of,
well-
like, classic slasher era.
It's so hard to like monster. Okay, that's so hard to do. Like really. Obviously, like the American Werewolf in London Werewolf was pretty sweet.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. I like the Evil Dead too.
Oh,
Like the demons from that, you know,
Yeah.
like those things were super cool. Like
Deadites.
the Deadites, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like when they like the dude would get like not Ash, but one of his friends got possessed, and he had like 100 teeth, and then his like eyes were white, and
Yeah.
those things are just so classic. Yeah. I don't know. Pumpkinhead is like really cool design.
Pumpkinhead, I think, is maybe on the on the side of like underrated horror movies. It's a
Yeah.
great, that's a great.
Super good. I mean, the original, or not the remake of The Thing had some amazing creatures. Obviously, it's like considered one of the best horror movies.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Is that the Kurt Russell?
The Kurt Russell
Yeah.
one, yeah.
I think
I
that
saw-
one is so like classic and such a like an important movie that people forget that that's the remake.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah. My hand over there. Yeah. It's
oh, those teeth are horrific, horrific and great.
that's okay. I can take
It's,
it.
no, they're like so scary. Like they're perfect, but they're like, extra creepy.
Because sometimes you like I said, I could have kept working it, but like just stop and move around to the other thing, and then you might find that like what you did was enough, and that's part of the whole speed
Yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna actually duplicate it. Actually, I'm gonna do a. What are we
So
at?
Arthur asked, "What's your favorite? What's your favorite candy or sweets?"
Ooh. Oh, it's got to be the Reese's Pieces, but like when they have like Easter or Halloween, the peanut butter ones. So like Halloween, they'll have like a peanut butter filled pumpkin, I think.
Oh yeah, like the
And
big, like
the big
individual
ones.
Reese.
And then like the Easter, there'll be like a bunny rabbit, but it'll
Yeah.
be peanut butter, and it gives me like instant zits. I guess it's like the milk chocolate, so I have to watch. Even I'm old now, but I'll still get them.
It
like,
happens,
if I
yep.
eat 'em. So yeah, but that one and Reese's Pieces also
100%.
the you know Insomnia Coffee. It's like they're in Hillsborough. It's like a coffee shop. They have Reese's Pieces cookies right now, and I think I'm putting on weight because I'm getting like 2 a week now. And my wife's getting them too. Like she'll come home with like the bag. And I'm
No,
like, you didn't
you're
do
like,
it.
No.
Yeah, but they're good.
Calories don't count in quarantine.
That's right.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm
It's fine.
yeah. I'm bulking. That's what I say. Right
That's
now.
it. That's it. We're
For the winter.
storing up for winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need to make like Reese's Gang shirts or something. That is
Those are good, right?
hardcore, like 100% best. The most excited piece of candy. Like you'd get so excited to get those Reese in
Oh, yeah.
in your little pillowcase or candy bucket, whatever. If you got the like pumpkin head candy bucket.
Yes.
Followed with like almond joy or like Snickers.
Ooh, almond joy. That's a rare.
I like me some coconut.
Bold. That's cool. That's cool.
But
You ever
only
have,
only in the little pieces, because I feel like if that was a full size candy bar,
okay.
it'd be too
That would be
much.
trouble. Do you ever have a whatchamacallit?
Oh yeah.
Those are pretty good. I think that's more like a southern thing. I don't know if that's in the Pacific Northwest.
I don't know. I remember those when I lived in California.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
That was a big That's like 80s, maybe early 90s
It's
candy.
totally, yeah. It's like a childhood candy for me. I grew up in Kentucky, but we did have candy there.
You're allowed. They did allow candy in Kentucky.
They did allow
it's good
it.
to know. Good to know.
Yeah. I actually worked at a haunted house, random.
Excellent. I used
One of my favorite jobs. Yeah, it was.
What?
Actually, might have a picture of it.
Oh, that would be cool. What was your task? What did you do at
So
that
I get hired. Yeah, I get hired late in the game. So I was like, when someone went on break, I would fill in for them. So I got to go in like all of the house. Like I was dressed up like a zombie sailor like my first day, and then I was also like a Cenobite from Hellraiser. So yeah, this is this thing. It's called USS Nightmare, and it's a haunted. It's a haunted ship. Yeah, so it's actually on a ship that's docked. This was in Pittsburgh, and I think they travel around. They're in Cincinnati.
That's so cool.
It was so much fun. Yeah, getting to scare people.
That's amazing. Back in the day, circa 2010. Whenever, years ago, I used to do special events in decor, and that dovetailed into me work. I can't remember. We were doing a jungle set or something, like a stage design, and there was a gentleman in town that made really great jungle vines, and he would take garden hoses, and then wrap them with batting and did this like silicone casing around it and then paint them or whatever. He also used those as like tentacles, or like if he did a giant monster with like organs or like intestines or something disgusting. They were very multifunctional, viney tube shaped practical effect or practical props. So I had met him, and again, I've always been into like horror movies and Halloween stuff, and he was like, "Oh, hey, you should come help me. We're building a haunted house. Come help me do this." And he used to run, I think it was it 13th, the 13th door haunted houses? It's
that's like a Beaverton or something.
Yep, yeah. So I think his sons probably have taken over that now. There was a few years where I would go and help with the like props and stuff, and like do like build out the rooms for haunted houses. So if you're in Portland, Old Town Music, which is on the backside of Hippo Hardware, which is right on Burnside on the, what side am I on? I'm the east side. The Old Town Music building used to be empty, and we did a haunted house in there a few years ago.
Cool.
That was super rad. We had like a haunted swamp, and of course just an empty room with a child crying in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Scariest part of the haunted
that
house,
is like that's always the scariest.
And then you left like to the exit part. You went through this like mini cornfield. Also, the reference to Children of the Corn. Terrifying.
Yes, that sounds like a good one.
So good.
Yeah,
I love it. I 100% love haunted houses. Maybe not to walk through them, but
I see. Yeah, it sucks with the COVID. I think they're having them, but I don't know if I'm gonna go.
I think they're trying to do like drive-through or I don't know. It's really tough. And actually, Arthur in Brazil asked how quarantine was up in the States. I think United States in general, hit or miss. It really depends on where you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Portland, in Oregon, cases are still unfortunately going up in Oregon. So it's everyone's still pretty just kind of shelter in place. Work, as many people work from home if they can. Just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, we're all
and wearing a mask wherever you go.
We're happy, like you can at least go inside some places. Like we don't want it to get locked down again.
Yeah.
But hopefully the cases don't get out of control and all that.
Look at how fast you did those bottom teeth. So you just
you weren't looking. I duplicated the top ones.
Okay, I was like, wait, how did you want to do that?
Because it's a good starting point, Oh, wait for the phone. Yeah, just change my material. I switch materials a lot. just to see the different types of lighting. Maybe I'll do like this is Trim Dynamic. It's a pretty cool brush for like flattening, getting some flat spots. Let's see.
Oh,
Just
I'm
some-
also going to, for those of you that do work in ZBrush, I'm going to drop the link to Daryl's custom interface.
Cool. Yeah, it's a lot of this stuff is just stuff in the menu, but I just pull it out because it's stuff I use all the time, and yeah, it makes the interface looks a little cluttered, but I think I'd rather have that than digging through menus all the time. And
Yeah.
also, a lot of people don't know, but you can go into your preferences. Ooh, where is it? Interface. You can change this button size, like, and then when you restart ZBrush, all your interface shrinks, like all the text. So yeah, might be hard for your grandpa to see it, but I'm not quite ready for grandpa resolution. Maybe in a few years.
Hold out.
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm going to vote you have at least 8 to 9 years before that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Yeah. So let's see. I'm still holding on my symmetry. I'm probably gonna break it soon though.
It's pretty great though. I mean, it doesn't look. I mean, it's
Too symmetrical?
Yeah, it doesn't look too symmetrical, which is pretty cool.
Cool. It's all an illusion.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Ugh, his teeth are so great.
Yeah, it helps just having everything there, right? Like just working your way around, and yeah, that's even. I might even do hair soon, just to have just a feel, you know.
Yeah.
How it's gonna go. Yeah, and this is your thing about like putting detail and moving it. That's kind of what I'm doing here. Is like I'll go back and forth and I'll move stuff, and so maybe it'll smash it, but I'm not, totally in love with it. I know I can just sculpt it again, certain parts.
Bizarre monster noises over my shoulder. Hold on. Let me turn this up for a second.
Alright. Kind of hoping my dog would come in, but he's napping somewhere. He's not going to be on the screen.
I think the evil laboratory sounds maybe scared my dog away. Normally, when I'm working at home, he just sits right behind my chair.
Oh yeah.
I know. Sorry, guys. No dog party. I was really hoping. We'd have a dog party.
We didn't promise that. So. I told my students if they can work my dog into the homework, they'll get bonus points.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, 100%.
Remember my dad? He was a math teacher, and he would show us. Like, he would put like the kids' names in the math problems. Apparently, he was like a college math teacher, and it'd be like if Daryl was traveling on a train at 500 miles an hour, and Betsy was in the other cart. Like,
oh my god!
Like, yeah,
that's amazing.
I think it's fun.
That's pretty great.
So in his tradition, I'm working my kid into my homework assignments.
Approved. I 100% approve.
Yeah. I could also do test renders.
This is interesting phrasing, but here's another Halloween trivia question.
Okay.
Where is the world's, it says longest, which I suppose longest as opposed to largest, but longest haunted house. So where in the world is the longest haunted house?
I think I know. If no one answers.
Yeah, anyone in the chat know where in the world. The world's longest haunted house.
What are they guessing?
Oh, there was a guess for New Mexico, which is not correct. This is an artist has no name. This is the first wrong answer you've gotten since Titanic.
We know he's not Googling then.
That's true. This is pure knowledge. Just
yeah. Can I guess yet?
Go for it.
Is it San Diego?
No, it's not.
Okay. There's some guy who has his own haunted house. It sounds like really weird, but he's in San Diego and they're allowed to like hit you and stuff and
Oh yeah, no,
throw stuff on you.
no,
And
no
yes.
touching. No, no,
And I
no.
think it's like 6 hours long. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is so. This is actually by feet. So it's
Okay.
in
Oh.
Lewisburg, Ohio, and is a whopping 3,564 feet long and
Hmm.
located 80 feet underground. I don't know if I could go
Oh.
underground for a haunted house, knowing that like
That's
where's the emergency exit?
that's interesting. You
Mm-mm.
know what? Ohio, they know about haunted houses. I think I went to one. I was in Pittsburgh and then we like drove to Ohio to some haunted house. I can't remember what it was, but it was pretty legit.
Yeah, I feel like the Midwest and those areas would get
Hmm.
real good. I mean,
Yeah.
real good
Oh
haunted
yeah, the
houses.
creepy farms.
Yep.
What else they got to do over there?
All
I can say that because I
right.
grew up. Okay, I was on the border of Ohio, Kentucky. Eyelids getting a little thick. Just kind of move tool in it. This is important, like the way the skin wraps around the eye. I mean, there's also whoop. Yeah, I think usually your upper lid comes out more than the lower.
Mm-hmm.
I have to change my material a lot. Yeah.
What's the benefits or reasons for you changing
Hmm.
materials?
Getting like different lighting, like this ZBrush materials, like the lighting's baked in, so there's always a shadow under the chin,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So you'll just see the forms, different forms you
Okay.
might not see, with other lighting, you might not see it. It's kind of like if you had a sculpture in a room and you were like rotating the sculpture around, and you're moving your lights, maybe you turn off
Mm-hmm.
your one light and you turn on another. It's like I do wish, and I think it's gonna get there, that the lighting is gonna be like way more real time, like where it like looks like real clay while you're sculpting. I think probably it's just gonna be a matter like a few more years, and I don't know. I say that, but ZBrush hasn't really updated their lighting inside ZBrush in a long time, so I'm hoping.
We'll write him a letter. We'll let him
Yeah,
know.
because there's just so much stuff you get for free when it's
Right.
when it's real, like yeah. So
Arthur from Brazil had a question for you, Daryl. Do you
yeah.
have a favorite video game?
Oh, what's up, Arthur? That's it's funny how I'm like I don't want to commit to answer anything. I don't know because I always have like, so many things. The Silent Hill on PS2 that just popped in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I played that so much. I loved it. I played Metroid a lot. When you want to go back, way back. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's got to be Silent Hill. I would say, of course, I played a lot of Call of Duty. Um, I like, I like the competitiveness of that. I don't really play it right now. Oh, Doom, the new Doom. I haven't played the brand new, but the one that came out like a year ago. I really like that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Silent Hill.
Okay. Is Silent Hill the one with the scary nurses?
Yes,
Okay.
and like
That's my only frame of reference for that video game.
it's really foggy, and I guess back in the day it was easier, like on the systems, to like hide things with fog. So
Huh.
there's just fog everywhere, and then these like nurse deformed things would like come out of the fog, and
They made it work.
yeah, it was great. Um, yeah.
It's funny enough, as we were getting ready right before we started the stream, we were
Mhm.
Daryl and I were talking about LAN parties.
Nerd talk.
Nerd talk. That's our next stream segment, Nerd Talk.
Yeah.
And Arthur asked me if I have a favorite movie. That's a tough question.
Mm.
It's somewhere between Labyrinth and Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
maybe for like of all times historical purposes. maybe I would lean on Labyrinth. But
Okay.
I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Oh yeah. Oh cool. Yeah. Oh, I mean, when those came out on DVD, I watched them so much. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was. Yeah.
We have a tradition
So
where
good.
we watch the entire trilogy on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize
Oh
it's like a
wow.
12-hour, 16-hour commitment, but
Oh my god.
you do it. And also, it has to be the extended version or it doesn't count.
Of course, it's got to be. When I went to see Return of the King in the theater, they were showing all three in one day. So when I got there were people that had been there all day, dressed up like Gandalf.
Oh, so good.
Just it was good. It was at the ArcLight Cinema Dome in Hollywood.
Oh,
It's like
yeah.
this big, yeah, you know that the big
Yep.
dome.
That's a cool theater.
It was really cool. They were launching like the rocks at the castle, and like I was like, I had to move. I had to duck out of the way, and it was so real.
That's funny. The second one, when Two Towers came out, I actually went and saw that by myself at the midnight show.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't not go, but
Yeah, you got to see it.
I was in San Francisco and I just had to go. So I was like, well, no one's gonna see me. It's fine. Everyone's gonna be watching the movie.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know I'm by myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, have you watched The Lighthouse?
Yes.
Crazy.
I love that.
So good.
I loved it.
Insane.
It's so, and the Twilight guy, I can't remember his name. Team Edward.
Did you just Team Edward?
Team Edward. That guy. Team Edward guy.
I can't even respond to Team Edward. What's his name? Robert Pattinson. He's the new Batman.
Yes.
New Batman.
The new Batman. Okay, yeah.
Soon to be Batman. We'll see if that ever
That's
comes
cool.
out.
I think he can do it.
I actually think he will make a good Batman. The Lighthouse was insane and so good. And
So good.
all of the like crazy. It was just nuts.
Yeah, there's a speech Willem Dafoe does.
You're fond of me, lobster. Yeah, it's just insane. It's just crazy. So crazy. It was also like just the way it was filmed was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And so creepy. And William Dafoe is like the perfect like grizzled old
dude.
sea person.
He's a wiki. The lighthouse keepers, they call them wikis.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry for that seagull. Womp womp.
Yeah.
Sea dog. Salty old sea dog. Thank you.
So, let's see. I think her brows are getting.
I think, looking at this witch's face and knowing that you did have William Dafoe in your reference images, he really has the best, like, wrinkled face. That, like, kind of. It's a little creepy, a little spooky. That smile and just the wrinkles around, like, his cheekbones and his eyes are.
I might just bring him in here.
Real great. And I'm sure he's probably the nicest human of all times. But
oh yeah, I would like to have dinner. It's good, really, yeah. Sometimes looking from the bottom to top is really good too.
Oh yeah.
Just it's hard to find reference photos of people from those angles. But, yeah, this is good crow's feet reference. This stuff. Watching the clocks, I'm trying to judge like how much to put in. But yeah, a lot of times I'll turn off lazy mouse. It's just gives you more random kind of strokes. Lazy mouse kind of it smooths out your strokes, which is sometimes you want that, but sometimes you want that randomness. Yeah, so we can start. It's kind of secondary wrinkles. We've got the big ones, like the primary. So maybe kind of smooth it out. Sculpt and smooth. I do that all the time. hear like waves crashing.
I know. Let me see where we've gone in our.
So it's kind of relaxing. I was supposed to get a massage today, and then someone got in contact with someone who had COVID. So
Yikes.
it sounds like the music that they play at massage place. Yeah, I think they're fine. You know, they're just a precaution.
Yeah, at least they did act. I mean, that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
At least they did act quickly, and hopefully everyone is fine. And
Yeah.
I know massage. I think I've only had one massage in my life, and they just
Ah.
put me to sleep. I'm just gonna fall asleep.
Yeah, some people just fall asleep.
Or they're like, relax, relax. I'm like, this is why I'm here, because I can't relax. So I need you to like force me to.
Right. And they're always like telling me like your back's real tight. It's like, do you ever massage someone and their back is not tight? Like,
yeah, this is why I'm here.
Yeah, everyone's gotta have a tight back, I guess. So, kind of turned off symmetry now.
Oh, we should throw a posture check on you. That's the. I was gonna say,
Oh,
have you
yeah.
worked on a Cintiq all day? Hunched
Who
over.
said that?
Hunched over any computer or
Was that
any
artist?
worksta-
Artist has no name.
Nope, that was me.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, you gotta. Honestly, you gotta watch out because years of just.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's why I do some gym. I do some massages because I don't want to turn into a blob from like years of this stuff.
Yeah.
I know so many people that get carpal tunnel.
Yep.
And it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
You're invincible in your 20s and stuff, and then you start getting older.
Yeah. Well, and I think as like ergonomic as any tool or chair or desk or whatever, as well designed as those are to support your body, you have to move. And I know artists, and you probably see this too in the team at Like It, you're working and you get into work mode and you get into whatever you're sculpting or drawing, but you just it's the slow decline of like hunch,
Yeah.
hunch, and you end up working in this like tiny little space. It's tough. So yeah, we built in we have this feature called Nightbot that is in our Twitch stream that'll pop up little reminders every now and then, and I don't remember the time increments, but it'll do a posture, or you can do posture checks. So
That's cool. That's cool.
So no slouching. We're here for your health. Stretch.
Yes.
She's got some crazy eyes.
She's crazy. Well, my wife was telling me like it helped me if you pretend that you're gonna crush like a can of soda with your shoulder blades. That means you're standing up straight at that point. Which it's really hard to do.
That's real straight.
For me, at least, yeah. But that's what I think about.
This is good live stream content. Everybody watch us try to stand up straight.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, and breaks are good for your art too, because you'll come back and look at it differently.
Right.
I think these forehead wrinkles are going crazy, but she is a crazy witch, so
she's
might be fine.
No Botox.
No Botox. I'm gonna try incorporate something from her. Maybe these kind of guys. Wrinkles. Yeah, I definitely don't. It's not perfect on the first try. I do something, erase it or move it around. That's why I like sculpting versus drawing so much. I mean, yeah, you can erase drawing too, but I feel like sculpting is a little more forgiving. You can push things around. I don't know. I have found like most people that can draw really well, they've never tried sculpting. When they do, they realize it's so much fun, and they're usually pretty good at it. And it's rarer that but then there are people that can sculpt that can't draw that great, which is kind of weird. That's something I've noticed. I've seen guys, if you can draw, you can probably sculpt pretty good. But yeah, sometimes if you're not good at drawing, you can still sculpt it. I don't know if I'm phrasing that right, but I'm not like the world's best drawer. I have been drawing my whole life, but sculpting just clicked for me, and I think if you've never done it, you should try it.
Yeah, for sure.
my
I
point.
think it's just that artists find whatever medium works for them. I think it's the same for illustrators that do digital illustration. You find that brush, you find whatever those digital tools are that work for you, and you can venture out into different tools, but you kind of just always return to those ones that you know how it works, you know how it's going to react.
That makes sense.
I think some people, your brains can see dimension different. I don't know, that sounds very kind of crazy bizarre, but I feel like some people you can see, or I don't know, just express yourself better with a form rather than a 2-dimension 3D versus 2D.
Totally. I mean, the computer's kind of rendering this in front of me. I mean, but even if you're doing clay, some people just their brains work differently.
Yeah.
And but I like both. Sometimes I feel like I can get stuff done faster if I just draw. You'll have a finished piece of art, versus a sculpture, you're working lots of angles, so sometimes it takes a little longer. Let's see.
Oh, there we go.
You ready?
There we go.
Yeah. Whoop. Why are you complaining?
Someone's getting dragged through the woods behind me. That's all.
I clicked the button. ZBrush didn't like it, right?
Oh, did you get yelled at?
It said something. Yeah, that was it. I think hang on. Oh no.
Now I'm being chased by
Still
dogs.
Yeah, so I'm turning some symmetry off just for certain details. At this point. What's my other? This guy had a creepy smile too.
Oh yeah. Oh, he kind of has the Pennywise.
Yeah.
Pennywise the clown, small mouth but big smile lines.
Yeah. It can get. It's helpful to have lots of ref. It can get dangerous because you get stuck trying to melt two things,
right.
Two different designs together. So yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky.
To stay on scary terms, it's kind of like patching different people's faces together.
Ooh.
Gross.
Yeah.
Full leather face. Also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a classic.
Which, do you know where that originally was based off a true story?
Right.
But it wasn't Texas.
No, it wasn't Texas.
Where was it?
Kentucky? I don't know. I don't know.
Good guess. I think it was Georgia.
Who? I should know this. See,
if only there was a device that would tell us.
I know. Where's that Google? Where's that Google
yeah.
tool?
Yeah, some weird dude that would kill people, and he made a lamp out of skin. And, yes.
Ed Gein. That's right.
Ed Gein, yeah. Was it Georgia? Where's it from?
Hold on. I'm skimming my...
Tell me now.
Go.
Joe Rogan has this assistant that he tells to look up stuff, and Jamie, that's his name. you're my Jamie right now.
Wisconsin.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm totally wrong. Okay, well.
But I'm wondering. Well, so he's from Wisconsin, though. I'm wondering.
Oh, if he did the crimes.
Yeah, I think it was Wisconsin.
All right. Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I mean, a craftsperson, you could call him. Material choices, questionable. Legal, not really. So morbid, so hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, Psycho is another
Oh yeah.
super amazing. Actually, one of my I don't know. I don't even know if I could start to list out my top like 5 or 10 favorite movies, but Psycho's definitely in there.
It was amazing.
Yes, Cartoon Katie, it is the crafting of humans.
Oh yeah. What if you put like YouTube tutorials up of stuff like how to make a mask out of human skin, and they'd probably take it down.
Oh, I think if you could like angle it in I think there's a way to make that happen. Would be hilarious. I have seen some posts from people whose like younger siblings cut up dolls and would like cut venom, and you're like, no.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I think not every kid, but like a lot of kids, if you had dolls or Barbies or whatever, you always cut their hair and.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, give a kid a sharp object and. Oops.
Oh, now you're asking for trouble. All right, so I'm just kind of doing stuff.
If anyone wants a good read on the crafts of Ed Gein, just go to his Wikipedia page. There's a list. It's disgusting and morbidly hilarious. But yes, Psycho's a great one. I think Psycho was also loosely based on
true story.
Yeah,
Hey.
I think a lot of Maritza, his belt work was out there. Yeah, I just read about that belt. Woo.
I got my dog here, not to distract you.
Oh, hi,
He came in.
Papa.
This is Jake Waffles.
Hello, Jake Waffles.
Hello. Okay. Bye.
Jake Waffles for the win.
Yeah, that's the peak of this extravaganza right there. Jake Waffles.
Now, where did you get the name Sir Jake Waffles?
So,
He's been knighted also, by the way. Just
so I kind of randomly came up with Jake, but the breed is from Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually a friend of mine was like, you should name him Waffles after Belgian waffles. So that was it. Jake
Waffles. Sir Wade FX. I know. Sorry for the lifelike rendering we're working on of you right now.
So I forget what I was saying now. I've lost my trail. It's rare.
I know,
it's rare
Belgian
that
waffles.
happens.
Maybe I should make waffles for breakfast tomorrow.
Ooh.
My dog, who I think is lazily sleeping on the couch
Mm-hmm.
in the other room, is named after the beloved Ronnie James Dio.
Oh yeah.
For rock's sake.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, I could
there's a Marvel character named Jake Waffles.
Hmm.
It's in like the Marvel book, and I think it popped in after, our dog was born. So I'm wondering if they ripped off
They totally stole that from your
Jake
dog.
Waffles.
100%.
It's possible. It's possible. I want the rights or the royalties.
I know, yeah, they need to pay up, Marvel.
Yeah, when they make the Marvel's Jake Waffles movie. Just want a little bit.
Yeah, just be like, excuse me, Marvel people.
Yeah. So probably won't have time to like detail every little thing, but I'm just kind of hitting. Kind of like when I do wrinkles, I can show you in the back. A lot of times they're like these long X's, which is like a really long X, and then there's like a really long X. I don't know, and you just vary them. And you definitely turn symmetry off. You can
Oh, yeah.
It's just, I don't know, that's kind of the approach. And then there'll be like really subtle ones might come this way.
Cross, yeah.
Crossing. But
No,
the
those
main
look,
ones,
yeah, that's crazy. Those look real
kinda,
good.
Kind of real simple. Like once you have a little workflow, you can come back and rework like a couple of them. Again, like I'm almost talking about shadows. Like some will have more depth. I'm using the Cintiq Pro 24, so it has pressure sensitivity. Product plug there, but yeah. So yeah,
Always
definitely.
good for that wrinkle control.
Yeah, and it sounds obvious, but like when you have pressure sensitivity, you might as well use it. So you like push hard and then
100%.
let go. And it's you know that's quick. Yeah, that's kind of what I was doing up there.
Okay, now there's scary whispers, and I'm gonna have to skip past these because I don't
Oh really?
can't handle the scary whisper. It's again because I have headphones on, like everything, like whatever other sound is happening in my house seems a little distant. So I just have
Yeah,
this whispering. I'm like, who's coming for me?
yeah. And aren't you in like a basement?
I sure am. I mean,
That's even extra creepy.
it's a daylight basement, but yeah,
Okay.
still basement.
All right.
I'm sure there's some spiders here lurking somewhere.
When you say a daylight basement, what does that mean?
It's not fully underground. So the front half of the basement is underground. Or
Okay.
yeah, like the foundation is deeper in the ground, but then the back half, because where our house is kind of on a hillside, so the back half you can walk, like we have a sliding door and you can walk out into the
Okay.
backyard. So just the ground level changes from front to back.
Gotcha. Basement, in my book.
Basement knowledge. Yeah, still basement. Still basement.
Yeah, still basement.
Judging by my unfinished basementness. Yes.
Oh yeah. I don't have a basement. I have a garage that we're slowly converting into like a home gym.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
it's kind of fun, yeah. But we need to finish the walls. They're just like they look like unfinished. So that's
Oh yeah.
project.
Insulate it.
Yeah. I heard like in Portland, basements aren't very common, or at least in Beaverton, because like there was swamp. There's a lot of swampland.
Oh.
Like, yeah, my realtor told me this. So yeah, it's like it's just too swampy.
I could see
down
that.
there.
Yeah, I think where so I'm over in northeast Portland, and our street that we're on is sloped kind of from north to south, and we're on the south end.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty rocky, but I feel like most of the houses in this area have basements, but it's
Okay.
definitely not common everywhere.
Okay.
And I think Oregon in general, probably Portland too, especially since we're so close to the Willamette River, that I'm sure the water table being high in the ground just being it's very soggy and rainy
Yeah.
here, so I can
Yeah.
see
Oh,
that.
well, yeah, because it rains like 8 months out of the year.
Yeah.
So it might cause a problem.
'Tis the season.
Rain just started. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what else can we
Wow,
do?
those wrinkles are looking great. So on a related note to when you were talking about doing the kind of X wrinkles on the back, this is a very on-brand topic. So I went to a palm reader
Okay.
once. I've actually been twice, but I went to a palm reader once, and this one lady told me that if you have X's, there's like a specific spot on your palms, and I can't remember exactly where, but if you have 3 X's on your palm, so in the lines of your palm, then that is an indication that you are a witch.
Oh yeah, because some of the lines don't cross and some do.
And some do. So now, like, I remember that, and I don't remember where they need to. I think there's like a specific like spot on your palm where those X's are. But I'm like, do I have them? I don't know. Yeah.
If you're a witch, you would be a nice witch.
A good witch or a bad
Yeah,
witch?
you wouldn't be a bad witch.
No, I think I would probably just like want to grow food and take care of dogs and stuff.
Yeah, you wouldn't eat children.
No. I mean, I'm not too fond of children.
All right.
I wouldn't put them in the oven or anything.
Be loud. Yeah. There's a.
Or would I? I don't know.
Oh. There's like a daycare near me, and the really like young kids, like barely walk.
Yeah.
And they have them all on leash. They're like 10 of them like connected on a leash, and they're always walking around my neighborhood like really slow. And and there's one that's being naughty.
Oh my goodness!
It's
Pull
much
the
fun.
whole leash down. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll see me walk my dog, and one little girl will be like, "Oh, it's a dog," and then like they'll bump into her because
Oh my
she
God.
stops. And, yeah, it's comedy. Every time I see them.
I do like the little like tow along, like, you know, have the
Yes.
kids all like there's like a little wrist loop, and so they all stay which is brilliant. Take kids out. They have them the Pearl District where the Wacom offices are. There's a couple daycares down there, and like when the weather's nice, they'll out be walking, and it's all it takes is one kid to get sidetracked, and then the rest of them aren't watching that one kid isn't like then
Yeah. And then
domino
it's just
rally.
over. Trying to find it.
Yes, squishy fishy, this is terrifying. Or if you were referencing children being terrifying, also yes, confirmed. Again, haunted houses, that room with the one crying child was the scariest part of the haunted house.
I'm just trying to find a material here. I'm just mixing it
Oh,
up.
what is this like?
This one's called Art Sky Metal, which is a very kind of X-Men metallic. It's good if you need a perfectly smooth surface, especially where the dents are, so you can go in and fix it. And it shows all your imperfections, really, but
It's a little like exoskeleton, like alien style. It's cool.
This one's alright. I might be able to modify the color. Maybe not. Maybe. Let's see.
Also, Alien, another good series of movies to watch for the Halloween season, or just for life, because they're great. Good creature design in there for sure.
Oh yeah. So good. I actually was working at this place, NPC London, and as soon as I left, they got Prometheus, like the next movie, and I was like, oh, I could have worked on an Alien movie. That's so cool.
So close.
So close. It's alright. Okay, I don't think I like this video. Kind of like just experimenting. Trying to get the blue. Actually, I should bring her back over. Let's see. Well.
Yep, an artist has no name said that Sky Metal is the best matte cap ever created.
Dude, I think Artist Has No Name gave me that. She told me about it. Yeah.
So you're saying this artist actually does have a name?
Does have a name. I don't know if he wants me to say it. So
it's fine.
Let's see.
I'll find out.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make. I probably should have figured this material out ahead of time, but yeah. In the spirit of winging it, let's just see.
Oh, that's
so
pretty
know.
Good. Yeah.
That's decent, right? Yeah, I'm trying to get a little thing going there. Oh, there we go.
It still has it's like cold skin, but has like a warm, like kind of that warm, like flesh, like undertone to it.
Okay. I'm going to save it just because blue. You can save materials. Of course, you know, we would, if this was a final product, we would paint it and have the veins and all that. Oh yeah, I want to add some warts because she's gotta have, it's real subtle in the painting, but she's got little warts here and there. There's one there. That's a good one. So yeah, we'll throw a couple warts on.
El Darcy said, for some reason, I want to flick her ears. Yeah, it's...
Ah, yeah.
You know, they're just...
I wouldn't do it, because she's gonna bite you.
She might bite your hand off, yes.
Might.
I feel like there was like a quick turn there, and then you lose a finger.
I'm going to do this Dealy store morph target. That way later I can go back to an old version of the model, make a layer. I'm going to do... pose the ear a little bit. One's a little up. Maybe this one's a little down. Maybe like a real subtle. This eye's a little higher. I think, let's say her snarls like a little higher there. That might bring the skin up a little there. Just subtle things that can kind of give her a little life. I don't know. Maybe the mouth. Just like slightly on one side. Maybe this neck muscle a little over. I kind of like the eye open more. This is the eyes you really can. They're real sensitive. We put it that way. one little nudge, and you can screw it up or make it better.
The moving the lids like around the eyes.
Yeah, like a lot of people, the color of the iris stops exactly where the skin is. Like that's kind of what I'm doing. Not always, but sometimes. Maybe I'll. Oh, stupid! I need to turn off autosave. It's coming on all the time.
A good feature, however.
Yeah, it forces you to.
You know, sometimes gets in the way.
Maybe you should stretch every time you autosave.
That's actually
Posture correct.
That's actually a really good habit to get into if you're working on ZBrush, or if you have autosave set up on any other programs. That's a good. I feel like Photoshop sometimes it'll do autosave like every 20 minutes or 40 minutes or so. It's a good just posture check. Just do this.
Yeah, do you remember the Nintendo Wii? It would say that.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you been outside recently?
You're like, no, I'm playing Mario Kart, guys.
Yeah.
No.
Like, no.
Although we did, so I have the, I think that first generation of Nintendo Wii, and an old roommate of mine and I, we used to do Wii bowling and Wii tennis, and that would be like our, that would be our like fitness. We're like, have you done any activity this week? You're like, nope, let's Wii tennis.
You're moving, so.
Yep.
And eye coordination.
We used to get in pretty heated matches.
Oh, that's funny.
Try to be as active as possible. El Darcy, we actually, so on our Twitch stream, at the bottom of your chat feed, you probably have racked up some channel points, and you can actually redeem channel points for the posture check. So like, I have a on my Twitch account.
I'm feeling this color, by the way.
Let me see.
Just to color the eyes in.
Yeah, let me see if I can do.
Okay.
Here, I'll do that. I'll redeem my posture check. Yeah, and that's just squishy fishy. It was a hard workout when the Mii's started sweating. That was it. It's like, I'm going to work as hard as my little...
Oh, they would start sweating? Yeah,
I'm going to work as hard as my Mii, because I feel like that's just not equal. Gotta put in as much effort.
I'm going to go with the inflate brush to do the warts. Let's see. So many ways you could do it. But just a little inflate, and then Damien standard, I'll just kind of carve a little bit around it.
Oh, that's a good... Ooh.
There's one. So, just got one here. Maybe we'll do a big one. Be bold. And then just kind of... I'm okay with these little dents and things, like makes it a little more natural. Then like perfect. If it was a Disney movie, that'd be
perfect circle.
Perfect. Yeah, most likely. I don't know. Not dogging Disney, but maybe a little bit big one there. Maybe it'll have like a flat spot on it or something. Oops, a little. Smooth it out.
Well, El Darcy redeemed some posture checks, so whenever you get a chance, you gotta check that posture. I know we have a lot of funny features built into our channel points. Some which sometimes they're just not fair to do. One of them is opposite day, where you have to switch and use your opposite hand for whatever you're creating. Depending on what we're doing, sometimes that's not allowed because it's just too difficult.
Yeah.
One of the channel points features is, it's called I mustache you a question, and you have to add a mustache to whatever you're drawing. I don't know. There's just silly ones.
That's awesome. Oh, Elder is I think it's Elder is how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong. He was one of my students.
Also, my apologies for me slaughtering everyone's name.
Super talented guy. You should check out his art. He's at Think Tank right now, but I'm sure he'll get a really good job when he gets out. And yeah, he picked it up fast too. I don't think he knew 3D, and in like 14 weeks he was like making cool stuff.
You're making him blush.
Good man blush. No, it's cool. It's like, it makes me feel like when you're teaching that if someone's learning and making
Yeah.
cool stuff, like you're doing something right, I guess. Although a lot of it's on him, just talented dude. So yeah.
It's got to be fun to watch. It's always cool to watch people be introduced to new tools, new programs, whatever, and just like take to it and go. Like that's always super fun. And some
cool.
people just have that whatever that knack, something clicks, and then you're like you and that program were made to be. Also,
Exactly.
Eldard said you're just a great teacher.
Oh, thanks, dude.
All the above, all of those things.
All the above. High five. Or that voice. High five.
These warts are real good. These are real.
I'm gonna do one more because why not? She's a witch, right?
I know. I feel like, do you go into like full? This is where I think I would just be like warts.
I know, it's like you want to space them out, but you don't want it to look like you were deliberately spacing them out.
Right.
Oh, what do you do? Maybe right there. In nature, things are never in a straight line almost, so then always watch out for that on your sculpts. You won't see many straight lines. If you do, it's very rare. Unorganic stuff. Why is this not? Sometimes the smooth is not super strong. Yeah, so I think we're getting close, but I don't know how far should we go? Should I do hair or should we kind of call it?
That's up to you.
What do you think?
I'm just observing.
Okay.
My portion of this sculpture is much easier than your portion of said sculpture, to be fair. You're getting a lot of votes for yes, do hair.
Oh, okay.
Maybe at least start the hair.
Let's start it.
Also,
I'll start it.
Stretch your hands first, though. I need you to do like these hand stretches on
Okay.
the screen.
Am I getting points?
Yeah, you're getting points. Some ear hair, yeah.
Your hair. There we go. Yeah, you said.
Oh, that would be
kind of hair.
Oh, I know. Next one
Right.
you got to do. You're just on the hook now. This next one, the next stream, you got to do a wizard with like crazy eyebrows and like crazy ears.
Wizard. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do this buzz cut. The woman.
Oh, there was a hydrate. A hydrate points redeemed.
Oh.
I'm drinking kombucha, so I don't know what you're drinking. This
that's
isn't
good.
beer. I've had
Water.
people ask me before. They're like, "Are you drinking beer?" I'm like, "No, it's kombucha." Not sponsored by them, but if they want to send me free kombucha,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Turn that light on. Okay. So I'm gonna do a hairline. So usually you just Google like a buzz cut. That's a pretty good reference. Yeah. So I'm gonna move this to the monitor because Let's see. I don't know if this model has a lot of polygons. Might not like that. I'm gonna go down. I don't know if it matters though. Yeah. Let's see. So we're going to just paint a. Basically, the idea is you paint a mask, and then where the mask is, that's where the hair goes from.
Okay.
So. And the more feathered, it's gonna feather the hair there. So you actually kind of want it feathered on your hairline. I think you hold. No. I can blur the mask too. There's a tool for that, but we'll just paint it for now. It's gonna be quick and dirty because some people might be falling asleep by now. 2 hours streaming.
No way, man. You're hitting it.
Hitting it? All right.
You're hitting your stride now. It's actually pretty amazing. For as often as we stream, which for people that are, if this is your first time tuning in to our channel, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank
we
you.
stream Actually, 3 days a week. Monday mornings, I do a super chill. I know, 24-hour stream. Let's go. Actually, Squishy Fishy, we are working on a concept for how we can pull off a 24-hour stream.
Oh my goodness.
But it involves multiple artists and like kind of like a handoff system. I just have to like crunch the logistics in my head. But could be super cool, right? I think it could be really fun.
Yeah, that could be cool for sure.
But yeah, we stream on Mondays. So Monday morning, 8 a.m., bright and early. It's my reason to wake up early on Monday morning. But it's just me doodling and like just doing little sketches and stuff. No talking, it's just music in the background. So for me, it's actually a great way just to kind of get up and get motivated for the week. A lot of my job doesn't involve me creating anything artistic. I do some marketing promos or graphics, but that's about it. But no illustration, so that's fun. And then Wednesdays and Fridays in the afternoon. So Wednesdays at 2 and Fridays at 3. We do different programs. It's a lot of animation and Photoshop and group doodles. There's this cool program. It's a browser-based collaborative art program called Magma Studio.
Cool.
And that you can get like up to 30. There was a boing noise. I think that was was that ZBrush?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna blur the mask just so you guys know. Yeah.
Don't worry, Katie. You're not crazy. Everyone's like, wait, what's that?
And here's the magic. Fiber mesh preview. Yeah, well, you want to turn your modifiers on first. That's pretty cool for like a quick throw.
A little buzz cut.
Yeah, so there's certain ones that you kind of have to get them. Like the length you can change later, but as far as like the width of the head, you kind of have to get it set, and then you're stuck with it. Like the thickness.
Oh, okay.
At least with ZBrush. With XGen and Maya, you have a little more flexibility. But so yeah, we're gonna go longer. You can do these like presets. So this might be something in here. Might be a better starting point. Tall weeds. That's kind of funny. These are not very thick. Okay, so I'm gonna try this tall weeds because it's just a bunch of settings.
Yeah.
Hide that, and then I think we want so coverage is how much. The length is pretty long, so let's do scale root, scale tip. I think there's another number here we want to preview settings. Oh yeah, fast preview. That kind of shows you more like the real length. Yeah, so we're starting to get that. You can preview less hairs. This comes in handy, like if you're combing, maybe you just want to comb less, but they're still there. They just don't show them all.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Gravity. It's funny. I think it depends on where you're looking too. What if we go with 5? Yeah, we're gonna comb it down anyway, so we're not too worried about that. I think if you hold Shift and you click, the menu will stay there. Yeah, so she's pretty bald, so I'm okay with it being this spread out. Let's just give her the hair color, the tip. We'll just go white, maybe a little gray, something. BPR, the render might work at this point. Just want to see it rendered. Yeah, so obviously we can dial in our render settings. That's not bad as far as thickness.
Yeah, I mean, because
coverage.
From your sketch, she had that kind of wispy, like old lady, like some hair is falling out. Ugh.
So I can live with this. Yeah, so say you're cool with that. Of course, you could save it like your preset if you ever wanted to go back to it. But then at some point you just gotta hit accept. Boink, and now it's kind of converted it into this mesh. right? And you can comb it with the move brush, so which I have on the key. Wink. And that was me boinking. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm making sounds. It's more entertaining that way, right? Yes. Edit that out. There's something in here. Oh, elasticity. It's off by default, but if you, it helps to have it up when you're combing. Let's see. See, now we can kind of comb it. Ah. And that, again, I was talking about that preview thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fiber mesh. Fast preview? Yeah, you can lower it and comb like less, but it'll still move. I'm trying to be careful not to jam the hair into the head. That's kind of funny, just the crazy hair. Ah. Maybe we'll leave a couple.
I know. I was like, they're kind of.
Why not, right?
They're kind of crazy. And like, I like the like little phrase creeping out. That real like wiry.
Yeah.
Creepy witch hair. Yeah.
It's like Beetlejuice or something.
Oh, here's my dog.
Oh yeah, doggy.
Let's see if we can get another doggo in here. Look at that.
Can't see.
Oh, well,
It's on the floor.
come here. No, come here. Come back. Come back.
It's camera shy.
Maybe. Oh, he's like, stop. We tried. And now he's just laying down. Looking around like, what are these noises? Oh yeah, this hair looks real good.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll just give it a little. So there's these different grooming brushes. Hit BG. There's like clumps, so you can clump hair together.
Oof.
Just a little. Like,
Some matted
yeah.
swamp witch hair.
Exactly. I'd probably do that after you brush it. You don't want to get too caught up in that. So maybe turn the viz back up. I think if you hold shift, it kind of cuts the hair, smooths it down. There's turbulence brushes too, which if it was really clean, you could hit it with the wind and then go crazy. It's already kind of crazy. Yeah, just come together. You can even select like individual hairs if you hold control. I believe that.
If there's one that's just too crazy.
Yeah, it's like the mask pen would let you. Oh yeah, if you hit control, you get this mask pen. You can just click one, and you can invert your mask. Control click, and then you can just like brush that one hair if you want to have like. See, there's flyaways. They call these flyaways. I don't know why, but they're flying away.
Yeah, it's gonna fly away over here.
Yeah.
Do a little journey.
So then clear the mask. So that's kind of cool. Kind of Crypt Keeper-esque.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That does look good.
Let's up our render settings because I never actually dialed those in. Oop. I could have it docked there. I like it over there for some reason. I'll just speed through this. I usually turn on animated occlusion.
I was just trying to pull up some other horror movie trivia, and this one is sort of hilarious, but Psycho is the first American film to feature a toilet.
What?
You're welcome.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
There's our light direction. Move that over.
I was like, what?
That's pretty crazy. Ooh, look at that.
Oh.
That's kind of cool. I don't know why there's on the hair. I thought I took off. I kind of dig it. Let's see. I wonder. Oh yeah, so there's this poly paint. Turn that off. Let's see what happens. No. Interesting. check this out. Maybe there's still fiber mesh. Oh yeah, I think once you accept, I think your colors are baked in. I'm not sure. Yeah. What else can we do? So yeah, once we've got the shape, I will do. We're almost done. We'll do some of these groom brushes. BG twister. Twist it a little bit. BG turbulence. That's the one I was telling you. I mean, it's already crazy, but you can make it even crazier. With this groom brush. Hair long. I think that just grows it. Clumps. Maybe some clumps. And then I think just needs to be closer to the head. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I dig it too.
So the quickness of it. Yeah, we'll get.
I mean, that's, I think, the other cool thing with ZBrush is there's so many presets, and I know, you know, to really master it, or to be kind of on the path to really, like, knowing how to use the tools properly, it takes so much time, but they start you off in such a good spot with all these stuff, like the different tools and the presets, and having kind of the hair already in there, so you're not, like one strand at a time.
I think that was a big key for me, was just, starting with the preset, because it dialed in the thickness kind of the way I wanted it. And let's see how this looks, and up the render settings a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Witch lady.
Ooh. She's scary.
Good. Everyone's
gonna have nightmares. I also, your room, so obviously it's getting dark, it's dark outside. My light in the basement's gotten a little darker, and I'm expecting, Daryl, like, over your shoulder, this witch lady is gonna, like, pop out of the dark.
Pop. I know. Yeah. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. Fingers crossed.
Not.
Maybe the dog will get her. Maybe Jake Waffles will come to your rescue and.
Oh yeah, he's my canary in the coal mine. Like, he'll make noise. He won't stop anybody, but he'll at least make some noise. So yeah, I hope everybody watching learned something.
This was great. She's perfect, says Eldar. Yep. She's perfect.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, there's only so much you can do in 2 hours live while you're talking, but it's this is fun, and.
But you did it.
I did it. It
so
looks like
cool.
something.
Well, thank you again so much. I know, you look at that. 6:34. You did it. You're in the winning stretch. You're official Twitch streamer now, Daryl.
I am. Wow. And I've got stretchy points or whatever.
You sure did. You have so many posture checkpoints.
Posture check.
Yes, everyone is saying thank you for the tips. The hair is awesome. She's super creepy. The teeth, I like. Ugh. Yeah, it's so great. The wrinkles are great. The whole thing is great. Thank you everyone again for tuning in. Again, we live stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with the occasional Saturday streams. If you are looking for just some funny stuff to watch, we also crack some stupid jokes every now and then. But if you want to watch other artists create whatever we happen to be creating for the week, definitely tune in. If you follow us, I know you'll get a notification when we stream. But yeah, more importantly, everyone just have a great weekend. It's Saturday. Hopefully y'all have some good food. Tasty beverage.
Watch some Halloween movies.
Watch some Halloween movies. The Witch would be another good one to watch tonight, since we're on witch mode. And yeah, I think that's it. Any last bits? Eldar, these do get recorded. Yeah, so these will this will stay on our Twitch channel. I think they stay for a couple months, but I do back everything up to our YouTube page. So if you go to YouTube and look for Wacom Experience Center, this will be up there. I'll probably upload it on Monday. So keep a nice repository. I'd like to double save everything. You never know.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.